mostly cloudy skies and a low temperature around 35 degrees. That is your noon hour weather update brought to you by all of us here at KSMO, where it's now time for the Brownfield Commentary and Midday Livestock Report.
Brownfield is America's largest and one of the oldest ag radio networks with more farm broadcasters on the ground, covering more acres than anyone else. We're grateful you're listening here. Hello, everyone. I'm Cindy Young with Brownfield, and this is my 2 cents. I believe in the future of agriculture with a faith born not of words, but of deeds. Many of you recognize that sentence as the opening line for the FFA Creed. When I was a high school FFA Green Hand member learning the creed, it was the future of farming in which we believed. But the revision doesn't lessen the importance of farming. It broadens the pool for membership. We're living through a tough spot in agriculture today. Changes in climate, trade issues, anti-ag activism, and the overall ag economy have many of us struggling. There's so much on our plate that we're exhausted. The thought of doing one more thing is overwhelming. And then the FFA Creed rings in my ears, not of words, but of deeds. We need to do one more thing. If we're going to successfully make it through the tough spot we're in today, we need to do more than talk about what's wrong and what should be done to fix it. We need to act. Many of us have strong feelings about those issues debated by Congress, yet we fail miserably when it comes to sharing our views with those who are in the position to make a difference. USA.gov is easy to remember, easy to type, and a good place to get contact information for those who represent you in the United States House and Senate, as well as state government contacts. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd president of this country, said nobody will ever deprive the American people of the right to vote except the American people themselves, and the only way they could do this is by not voting. I'm Cindy Young with Brownfield. That's my 2 cents.
The Missouri Department of Agriculture wants you to know that black vultures can be harmful to livestock operations. Make sure you know the difference between the black vulture and the turkey vulture. The black vulture has a black head, while the turkey vulture has a red head. Also, the turkey vulture is larger in both size and wingspan. Mitigation resources for your farm can be found on MDA's website at agriculture.mo.gov. That's agriculture.mo.gov.
This is your land, the land of opportunity, and nothing should stand in the way of your soybean fields from reaching their fullest potential. Liberty Herbicide from BASF provides the freedom to use across the majority of today's trade platforms, including Enlist E3 and XtendFlex, plus excellent weed control and greater application flexibility for unmatched convenience. Experience the freedom of Liberty Herbicide from BASF. Visit yourliberty-herbicide.com. Always read and follow label directions.
The Cardinals magazine, the care and quality of its presentation, the thick paper, the glossy photographs, and photographs from Stan Musial to Lou Brock to Jim Edmonds to the present-day players, the Cardinal tradition, the history. It will put you right there in Busch Stadium behind home plate like no other magazine. And it's easy to start a subscription. Just call 314-345-9000 or visit cardinals.com/magazine.
Direct cash cattle trade activity remains quiet and cash hogs are higher at midday. Hello, I'm Megan Grebner with your Brownfield Livestock Market Report. Direct cash cattle trade activity has been slow to develop again this week. Bids still haven't surfaced. Asking prices are around $188 plus live in the south, but still not established in the north. Packer inquiry could improve as the day progresses, but it's more than likely significant trade volumes are going to hold out until sometime Thursday or Friday. Box beef was lower at midday on light demand for moderate offerings. Choice down 28 cents at $312.94. Select is $1.68 lower at $301.50. At the Ozarks Regional Stockyards in Missouri, feeder steers and heifers were steady. Steer and heifer calves were steady to $5 higher. The USDA says demand was good on a light supply. The offering was average in quality. Some 6-weight steers and some 5-weight heifers broke the $3 mark this week. Feeder supply included 45% steers, with 25% of the offering over 600 pounds. Medium and large one feeder steers, 558 to 591 pounds, brought $310 to $320. Feeder steers, 600 to 638 pounds, brought $290 to $317.50. Medium and large one feeder heifers, 500 to 530 pounds, brought $284 to $313. Cash hogs are higher at midday with solid negotiated purchases. Processors appear to be in the buying mood and have been bidding up to move needed numbers. It remains to be seen just how long this is going to last. Demand for U.S. pork on the global market has been strong, and domestic demand is showing some strength as well. The industry, though, continues to monitor the availability of market-ready hogs and hog weights, which were actually down about a half pound on the week, but still 0.3 of a pound above year-ago levels. Barrows and Gilts at the National Daily Director up $1.11 with a weighted average of $80.97. Prices at the regional direct markets were not reported at midday due to confidentiality. Butcher hog prices at the Midwest cash markets are steady at $60. At Illinois, slaughter-style prices were steady with moderate demand for moderate to heavy offerings at $50 to $62. Barrows and Gilts were steady with moderate demand for moderate offerings at $43 to $53. Boars range from $15 to $25 and $8 to $15. Pork values were lower at midday, down 99 cents at $92.38. Ribs and bellies were both sharply lower. Butts, loins, and picnics were also lower. Hams, however, were higher. I'm Megan Grebner for Brownfield.
Have you ever met a nematode? Probably not. But this sneaky ingrate and its billions of friends steal soybean yields right out from under your nose. Nematodes cause up to $1.5 billion in soybean revenue loss each year. And if that's not enough, they also amplify sudden death syndrome. Why? Because they're microscopic good-for-nothing thieves, that's why. Take action against these yield-stealing jerks with Allevo soybean seed treatment from BASF, the only proven winner against both SEN and SDS. And remember to always read and follow label directions.
It's really important to have one go-to store to get all of our needs. I mean, we can buy anything from mineral to cattle feed to seed to fertilizer. It really helps simplify things just to have one store that you call and can supply all your needs. MFA is the whole farm solution.
A partner for your goals. MFA, your whole farm solution.
That has been the Brownfield Commentary Midday Livestock Report. It is now time for a look at updated funeral announcements being brought to you as a courtesy of Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dent County for over 30 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that would take you about 5 minutes to read, and they are available in over 40 locations in Salem and in Bunker, and online at our website, KSMOradio.com. Your World Today. Be sure and pick one up every weekday or check it out online. Alma Gertrude Coleman, age 88 of Salem, passed away Friday, March 15th in Salem. Funeral services for Alma Coleman will be Thursday at 12 noon at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. Visitation will also be on Thursday from 10 in the morning until service time at 12 noon. Burial will be in the Conway Cemetery. And all arrangements for Alma Gertrude Coleman of Salem are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. Jackie Eugene Edwards, age 62 of Salem, passed away Tuesday, March 12th in Salem. Funeral services with military honors will be held at 11 Friday morning at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. Visitation for family and friends of Jackie Edwards will also be Friday morning from 10 o'clock until service time at 11. And all arrangements for Jackie Eugene Edwards of Salem are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. Judy Whitaker of Steelville passed away Tuesday, March 19th at the age of 79 years. Funeral services for Judy Whitaker will be Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock at the Britton Bennett Funeral Home in Steelville. Visitation for family and friends of Judy Whitaker will also be Saturday from 11 in the morning until service time at 3 in the afternoon. And all arrangements for Judy Whitaker of Steelville are under the direction of the Britton Bennett Funeral Home of Steelville. William Earl Brockman age 70 of Salem, passed away Tuesday, March 19th in Salem. Memorial services for William Brockman will be Monday afternoon at 4 o'clock at the Wilson Mortuary, Salem Chapel. Visitation for family and friends of William Brockman will also be on Monday from 2 in the afternoon till service time at 4 o'clock. And all arrangements for William Earl Brockman of Salem are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem. That has been a look at updated funeral announcements and was brought to you as a courtesy of Your World Today. Your World Today is the only daily news flyer in Dent County. It is available in over 40 locations in Salem and in Bunker. And be sure and check out Your World Today online at our website, KSMOradio.com. Your World Today, serving Dent County for over 30 years. And the best part about it is absolutely free.
What's the fastest way for you to get yourself up to date on the latest in news, sports, weather, and obituaries that costs you absolutely nothing? It's Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dent County now for over 20 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that will take you about 5 minutes to read, and they're available in over 30-plus locations in Salem and in Bunker. Your World Today. Pick one up every weekday. They're free.
It is now time for a look at local news, and it's being brought to you by Southwest Baptist University Salem Campus. SBU Salem Campus provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding area. For more on degrees and programs, stop by SBU Salem Campus today at 501 South Grand Street or call them at 573-729-7071. I'm Bob Parsons reporting. The Salem Memorial Hospital regular board meeting was held Tuesday evening in the hospital library. In the administrator's report, interim CEO Jason Edwards reported that Amber Hogan has been hired as the new Emergency Medical Service Director, and Chantel Garrison has been hired as the Torch Program Manager. Lisa Delaney will be retiring at the end of March, and Misty Atchley has been hired to replace her. The board received the official 2023 audit report from Forvis. Edwards said a meet and greet for the Delta Project is tentatively set for April 23rd, and the 9th annual Hospital Foundation Golf Tournament will be held June 9th. In the summary of operations for February, Chief Financial Officer Doug Hoban reported the hospital had a loss from operations of $290,358, with an excess of expenses over revenues of $160,298. The hospital showed an increase in cash of $21,120, which is the third straight month that cash on hand has increased. Hoban reported hospital admissions in February were 86, which included 8 swing bed and 30 observation admissions with a total of 301 patients census days. In February, there were 1,366 outpatient registrations, 2,017 cardiopulmonary procedures, 6,222 lab tests, 1,195 radiologic procedures, 628 rehabilitation treatments, and 39 surgical procedures. There were 607 emergency room visits with 65 patients being admitted. A total of 188 ambulance runs were made with 134 patients being transported. Hoban said days cash on hand at the end of February was 23. The clinic showed a net loss of $23,884 for the month, but has showed a $77,389 profit for the fiscal year. The 340B plan showed revenues over expenses of $47,007, and the hospital converted 3 CDs worth $400,000 with an interest rate of 0.07% to 5.05% for 9 months. Chief Nursing Officer Ashley Owens said there still is a need for 5 full-time nighttime nurses. She said the hospital has was represented at the ECC Raleigh Career Fair for IN, LPN, radiological techs, and surgery tech students. The hospital is also in the early stages of planning and implementing the annual Nursing Skills Lab. In human resources, the hospital hired 3 new people in February, and 6 employees left. In the Chief of Staff report, The doctors approved the medical staff bylaws with no changes before they approved updated critical lab values. Administrator Edwards said the state funding the hospital expected to receive has been delayed again, this time by the Department of Health glitch. They have contacted Representative Copeland for his assistance in getting the matter straightened out. A tentative strategic planning update has been scheduled for May 10th with department leaders, med staff, administration, and board members. The board approved the bid from Commercial Bus and Vehicle, LLC, for an old hospital ambulance for $2,013. The board then went into closed session. Time is running out to make your appointment for the volunteers from AARP who are conducting free tax filing assistance at Salem Community Center at the Armory. They currently have openings for free tax filing assistance every Friday through April 5th. Appointments can be made by calling the Salem Community Center at the Armory, 573-729-8163. AARP provides this free tax service to our community, and it is provided entirely by AARP-trained volunteers. AARP Foundation Tax Aid volunteers are trained in filing certain tax forms and schedules, including the Form 1040. However, the Volunteer Protection Act requires that our volunteers stay in the scope of the program. If counselors feel they do not have adequate knowledge or your return is too complex, you may need to seek another qualified counselor or paid tax assistance. Items you'll need to bring with you to have your tax returns prepared include proof of identification such as a picture ID, Social Security cards for you, your spouse, and dependents, or a Social Security number verification letter issued by the Social Security Administration. You should also bring your birth dates for you, your spouse, and dependents on the tax return. Also needed are wage and earning statements such as Form W-2, W-2G, 1099-R, 1099-MISC from all employers. Year-end Social Security statements showing total SS received and Medicare payments, and interest and dividend statements from the banks, which are Forms 1099. You should bring a copy of last year's federal and state returns, if available, plus proof of bank accounting routing numbers and account numbers for direct deposit, such as a blank check or deposit slip. To file taxes electronically on a married filing joint tax return, both spouses must be present to sign the required forms. The Salem Community Center at the Armory is located at 1200 West Rolla Road, and appointments can be made by calling 573-729-8163. The Missouri Department of Conservation reminds hunters, trappers, anglers, and outdoor enthusiasts they can get free copies of its updated booklets beginning middle of this month on 2024 spring turkey hunting regulations and information, summary of Missouri hunting and trapping regulations, and summary of Missouri fishing regulations at MDC regional offices, MDC nature centers, and other places where permits are sold. View booklet information online at mdc.mo.gov using the search tool at the top of the home page. The handy booklets have information on related permits, seasons, species, regulations, limits, conservation areas, sunrise and sunset tables, and more. Learn more about hunting and trapping in Missouri at mdc.mo.gov/hunting-trapping. Learn more about fishing in Missouri at mdc.mo.gov/fishing. A special waste collection for residential electronics, appliances, tires, and media storage will be held from 9 in the morning until noon on Saturday, March 23rd at the Cuba Public Works located at 407 Route PP in Cuba. City of Cuba and the Merrimack Regional Planning Commission will, with funding through the Missouri Department of Natural Resources and Ozark River Solid Waste Management District, are partnering on March 23rd collection. The collection is for residential items only and is open to residents from Crawford, Dent, Gasconade, Marys, Phelps, Pulaski, and Washington counties. For the first time, media storage is also being accepted at the collection. Media storage includes records, 8-track tapes, VHS tapes, cassette tapes, CDs, DVDs, floppy disks, external hard drives, and flash drives. Stoves, washers, dryers, hot water heaters, and other appliances will be collected free of charge. Free electronics also include computer components, laptop computers, keyboards, hair dryers, VCR, DVD players, cell phones, and anything that runs on a cord or a battery. Oil and gas must be removed from tanks of any items such as push mowers and weed eaters, etc. All items must be free of debris. Tires on rims will not be accepted. Fees on certain items will be $25 for CRT TVs over 27 inches, projection screens, and wood console TVs, $20 for CRT TVs under 26 inches, $15 for flat screen TVs, $10 for all computer monitors and refrigerated appliances with Freon, and $5 for printers, scanners, or copiers. Fees for tires will be $2 each for passenger tires, $7.50 each for semi-truck tires, and $35 each for tractor tires. For more information on items accepted or the fee schedule, please contact Catherine Halls at MRPC 573-265-2993, extension 110, or at KHAWES at MerrimackRegion.org. Last Thursday in closed session, the Salem Arty Board of Education employed Crystal Smith as an upper elementary title math teacher, employed Ashlyn Patterson as an upper elementary teacher, employed Stevie Pyatt as middle school special education teacher, employed Jared Patterson as a middle school teacher as well as high school boys basketball coach. The board approved the recommended Salem Arty probation teachers, approved the tenured Salem Arty teachers, and approved the recommended remaining Salem Arty paid coaches working in the district. The board approved the recommended volunteer coaches, approved the recommended extra duty contracts, and also approved the recommended extended days contracts before ending closed session and adjourning the regular meeting. Well, that's been a look at local news. It was brought to you by SBU Salem Campus at 501 South Grand Street, where they offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, criminal justice, and elementary education. For more about SBU Salem Campus, contact admission counselor Chris Welch at 573-729-7071.
What are your plans for the future? Do you need a boost to generate a new plan, or can't afford to go away to college, or your work schedule won't allow you to go? Let Southwest Baptist University Salem Campus be the boost. SBU is committed to flexibility, expertise, and the state-of-the-art technology. We now offer 2 new associate's degrees in teaching and Christian ministries, along with master's degrees in education and business. For more information, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student. You may call 573-729-7071. SBU Salem Campus is your higher education with Christian principles.
Progressive Ozark Bank is proud to announce a better way to manage your debit card fraud alerts. Instead of a phone call, customers will receive a message on their text-enabled numbers if there is a concern on a debit card transaction. It's fast and easy. Want to find out how you can get fraud text alerts on your phone? Drop by or call Progressive Ozark Bank for more information. Progressive Ozark Bank, FDIC insured, where people matter.
Hi, I'm Bill Pollock, host of Show Me Today. We listened to you, Missouri, and brought you a daily radio show that brings you captivating stories of people, places, and topics around our state.
What was lacking in all these years before this was someone with the desire.
Now, if you miss a segment or entire show, just download our podcast.
A lot of people don't realize that.
Subscribe to Show Me Today on Apple or wherever you find your favorite podcasts and add us to your list.
Show Me Today.
Ricky, there have been generations of fans growing up on St. Louis Cardinals baseball.
That's right, John. And for many, they grew up listening and learning about the Cardinals on the radio.
We get asked all the time why the Cardinals continue to draw fans from so many different states. And the answer is easy: the power of the radio network.
Fans are listening to Cardinals baseball all over the Midwest, and the tradition continues.
Join us all season long for St. Louis Cardinals baseball. Cardinal baseball on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO.
It is now time to take a look at local and regional sports. It's being brought to you as courtesy of your Ozark sports leader, KSMO. The Salem Ladies Softball Tigers won their first game of the year, and it was the first win for head coach Rebecca Hayes as Salem beat Eldington 17-13. The JV also won 9-6. The Lady Tigers will be at Bourbon Friday at 4:30. The Salem Baseball Tigers will host the Steelville Cardinals this afternoon at the SHS Baseball Field Complex starting at 4:30. Salem is 2-0 going into the game today. You can hear the game on KSMO Radio, AM 1340 and FM 95.7, and video stream the game on KSMO Media, including KSMORadio.com, KSMO Stream Facebook, and KSMO YouTube, starting around 4:15 with Tiger Talk and Coach Tony Edwards. There will not be a JV game after the varsity game today. Mikko Rantanen scored his 7th NHL hat trick for the Colorado Avalanche in their 7th straight win, 4-3 against the St. Louis Blues at Enterprise Center on Tuesday. The Blues play Ottawa Thursday after Salem Tiger baseball. The Cardinals beat Miami Tuesday 11-10, but lost to the New York Mets 3-1 in split squad action. They'll play Washington today. The San Francisco Giants pushed a run across in the bottom of the 9th inning to beat Kansas City Tuesday 9-8. Kansas City Royals will play the LA Angels of Anaheim tonight. And now it's been a look at local and regional sports brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO. Stay tuned for a look at sports from the Missouri Net.
Missouri Net Sports, good afternoon. I'm Tim Fisher. We'll start with college basketball on the men's side in the NCAA Division II tournament, where Northwest Missouri State sees its season come to an end yesterday in the Sweet 16, falling to Minnesota State by the final count of 43-42. The Bearcats season ends at 29-5. On the women's side, postseason play underway tomorrow night for the St. Louis Billikens and Missouri State Bears. In the WNIT, the Billikens will travel to Central Arkansas, while in the WBIT, the Lady Bears will go to Illinois. On to hockey, where the St. Louis Blues see their 4-game winning streak come to an end last night, falling 4-3 to the Colorado Avalanche. Just too many mistakes, according to interim head coach Drew Bannister.
That's what happens when you play a team like that. That's very opportunistic, and they can jump on your mistakes. And we made 4 mistakes in that game. Certainly, we made other ones, but the 4 mistakes were costly.
The Blue Notes still trail Las Vegas by 4 points for the final playoff spot in the Western Conference. The Blues back in action tomorrow night, skating in Ottawa against the Senators. To college baseball, where Mizzou yesterday fell 4-3 in 10 innings to Kansas at Kauffman Stadium. It's always fun to play in this rivalry for head coach Carrick Jackson.
I mean, when you talk about this rivalry, obviously a lot of people invested in it, and anytime you can play a team that's a quality team as KU is and what Fitz has done over there, you want to put yourself in that situation because it's a test for the next game that you're going to play.
Next up for Mizzou, a weekend SEC series hosting Kentucky. Spring training baseball action. The St. Louis Cardinals yesterday split their split squad matchups 11-10, the win over the Marlins, falling to the Mets 3-1. Today, the Cardinals take on the Washington Nationals. The Kansas City Royals last night fell to the San Francisco Giants 9-8. Today, the Royals in action against the Angels. I'm Tim Fisher, Missouri Net Sports.
7 million children suffer from asthma, more than any other chronic disease. Most asthma attacks are caused by allergic reactions to allergens, including those left behind by cockroaches and mice. In fact, 82% of U.S. households contain mouse allergens, and cockroaches are found in up to 98% of urban homes. How can you protect your family? Find out at pestworld.org. A message from the National Pest Management Association and the American College of Allergy, Asthma, and Immunology.
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is CHIP. And for more than 100 years, American Humane has been protecting animals in times of crisis. And if you're like me, your pet means the world to you, and you want to keep them safe if disaster strikes. American Humane's first responders are always prepared to rescue animals in danger, but you can also help. To learn more about disaster planning and keeping your animals safe, please visit AmericanHumane.org.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're here for all of life's wins. Like when you get a new car, or new boat, or new driver, or when your son moves out but your mom moves in, or you find out you're expecting again, or when one rental property turns into 2, then 20, or you realize they're all in Tornado Alley. Life is full of life events. Make sure you have the right policy for each of life's wins.
A life event could qualify you for a discount. Call me, Willie Strader, your Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance agent, and we will make sure you have the coverage you need.
Save on everyday items with digital coupons at Country Mart. It's easy. Download the Town & Country Markets app and browse through a variety of digital coupons available and clip them to your account. You can also clip digital coupons online at tcmarkets.com. Shop at a store for your favorite items, then tell them your phone number at checkout, and the digital coupons will be deducted from your purchase automatically. Scan the QR code on the in-store flyer to learn more and start saving more today.
Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the Salem Community Center at the Armory, Aranda's Mexican Restaurant, and Taxmasters, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained. Town Screen in Salem.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Stay right here on KSMO Radio. We've got Missouri Net News coming up shortly. And then after the top of the 1 o'clock hour, I'll be back with your latest KSMO weather forecast.
Wofford & Wofford Plumbing can solve all of your septic problems. They have an electric sewer machine and camera to help locate and solve septic problems. Plus, they can handle all new construction, residential, and commercial plumbing, as well as repairs. Wofford & Wofford Plumbing. Call the office at 729-0014, and they can get you taken care of.
Hi, I'm Andrew Wynn. Town & Country Bank makes it easy with the best rates and terms on land and mortgage loans. Hit the trail, make a splash, or enjoy a beautiful sunset. Town & Country Bank can help you finance that beautiful acreage you've always wanted. Stop by today and let us help you take the first step to home ownership. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 899641.
Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the Salem License Office, Roberts Judson Lumber Company, and the Main Street Country Corner Cafe, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained. Town Screen in Salem.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Missouri Net News. I'm Elisa Nelson. Google plans to open a new data center in Kansas City supporting up to 1,300 jobs. When the data center will open is unknown. Missouri is approaching its third straight year of dry conditions. State climatologist Jack Leeser tells Missouri Net that the state is behind on moisture, which could affect the growing season.
Unless we see above normal precipitation soon in the rest of March and in April, we're going to be pretty vulnerable to rapid onset of seeing some agricultural drought impacts.
Leeser expects above normal precipitation to impact the state through early April. And the Butterfly House in St. Louis County has discovered that one of its hissing cockroaches has an extremely rare mutation with 2 sets of male DNA. The roach has been named Harvey after the DC Comics character Harvey Dent, who is also known as Two-Face. This is Missouri Net.
Not everyone recognizes that they might have a gambling problem. How do you know if gambling is a problem for you? Ask yourself if